Myanmar stands accused of one of the world's worst crimes, the genocide of its own people. The case was brought by the Gambia on behalf of dozens of Muslim countries.
The Rohingya people remain at serious risk of genocide.
On Thursday, the UN's highest court agreed to deal with the case. It also unanimously agreed to impose an emergency order to prevent more violence. The ruling compels Myanmar's forces to end all acts of genocidal violence, including murder, rape, the burning of villages, the prevention of access to medicine. Myanmar must also preserve all evidence ahead of a very complicated genocide trial. The judgment's binding and cannot be appealed. Myanmar must prove it's following the order, reporting back to the court in 4 months' time and every 6 months after.
The court has ordered these periodic reports, and that is definitely a way for it to continue to get information on what's happening on the ground. Another order that they issued was to the preservation of evidence, so that in the future, if there were, say, individual prosecutions, that could still happen. But indeed, they want to see every 6 months what is happening, how are you in compliance with this order, so that they don't lose track of what's going on.
The decision comes despite a personal intervention from Myanmar's civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi. The Nobel Peace Prize laureate appeared at the court in person last month, where she asked for the case to be dropped.
Myanmar requests the court to remove the case from its list.
She also denied genocide has been committed and accused refugees of exaggerating abuses. Myanmar says the raids on Rohingya villages in Rakhine State in 2017 were legitimate counter-terrorism operations. Around 750,000 of the Muslim minority fled to neighbouring Bangladesh during the military offensive against them 3 years ago. The Gambia believes Myanmar was and is trying to wipe out an entire ethnic group.
All 17 judges from the different parts of the world, representing different cultures and values, have all agreed that genocide cannot be tolerated by anyone in the world, and that the Rohingya in Myanmar need protection.
Our top priority is justice. Today, the justice is partially served. This is a great day for us. We will celebrate.
It took the ICJ more than a decade to reach a verdict of genocide following the Balkan Wars in the 1990s. It's expected to be many years before Myanmar faces a similar judgment. Neave Barker, Al Jazeera, The Hague.
Tanvir Chowdhury is in Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh, where he's been with a group of Rohingya refugees as they listen to this decision.
The ruling by the International Court of Justice is very much welcomed by the Rohingya refugee communities here. Now, we've been discussing with many of the people after the ruling, sitting here in a tea stall. They've been waiting here for hours, wanting to know what will be the outcome. They've been listening to a transistor radio, listening to various news, and they're discussing among themselves. Now, we talked to them, see what their reaction is. They said it is very welcoming. They're very happy and anxious. Listen to some of the reaction.
Thanks to Allah for this verdict and Gambia for initiating the legal process. Also thanks to Bangladesh for giving us shelter. Finally, the verdict recognized our suffering and all the atrocities we went through. We feel at peace in our hearts.
We've been suffering for the last 70 years and we're seeking justice. Now we truly believe that the world has recognized our suffering.
Now, most of these people don't know the intricate, complex detail of legal matters. What they know, the ruling was in favor of the Rohingya refugees and the Rohingya community in large. Now, they know this is symbolic, that may not something happen very quickly. We don't know yet whether the Myanmar will accept this verdict, whether other countries will now put sanction and pressure on Myanmar. What the Rohingyas know, that they've been recognized, that crime has been committed. They've been telling the whole world for the last several years that atrocity has been committed against us. Now they've been recognized. It's a very symbolic, it's a moral and a psychological victory for them as to what they told me.